Let me share a hard truth with you: the world doesn't care about your success. Society is designed to distract you, drain your energy, and keep you chasing after things that ultimately don't matter. Your time. They'll waste it. Your focus. They'll hijack it for their own gain. But here's the brutal reality: the more you prioritize others over yourself, the more powerless you become. The moment you turn that energy inward and focus solely on yourself is the moment you become unstoppable. Welcome to Inspirus Hub, where we embrace reality instead of running from it. If you're serious about reclaiming control of your life, comment below. My mind is my fortress. Let's get started. Lesson 1: The importance of prioritizing yourself. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." Think about that for a moment. If your ambitions are shaped by the expectations of others, your parents, your friends, society, what does that say about your true worth? Most people live in a mental prison without even realizing it. They spend their lives seeking approval, chasing external validation, and molding themselves to fit into a world that doesn't care about them. They work jobs they despise to impress people they don't respect, buying things they don't need just to maintain an image that doesn't serve them. Here's the hard truth: nobody is coming to save you. If you don't prioritize yourself, you'll be forever controlled by those who do, and they won't even appreciate it. The more you sacrifice for others without setting boundaries, the more they'll take you for granted. The world respects those who respect themselves first. Now, does that mean you should be selfish and never help anyone? Not at all. There's a significant difference between helping others from a place of strength and letting them drain you. A Stoic understands this balance. You must master yourself first before you can truly bring value to the world. When you make yourself your top priority, everything changes. Your mindset shifts. You stop begging for validation, stop chasing people who don't reciprocate, and stop allowing guilt, fear, or obligation to manipulate you. Instead, you become independent, a person of high value. Paradoxically, the moment you stop seeking approval is when people start respecting you more. So, ask yourself, who are you living for? Are you building a life that serves your own purpose, or are you just a character in someone else's script? If this resonates with you, drop a comment below saying, "I choose myself." Because at the end of the day, if you don't, no one else will. Lesson 2: The illusion of control. Stop chasing external validation. Most people live under a dangerous illusion, the belief that they can control how others perceive them. They spend their lives adjusting, filtering, and performing just to be accepted. But here's the truth: no matter what you do, people will judge you. If you try to be perfect, they'll call you fake. If you make mistakes, they'll label you a failure. If you succeed, they'll say you got lucky. And if you focus solely on yourself, they'll call you selfish. So, let me ask you, why should you care? Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, taught that the only things within your control are your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Everything else is out of your hands. Yet, most people live in fear of what others might think, allowing external opinions to dictate their choices. But let's dig deeper. Why do people crave validation so desperately? At their core, they are insecure. They don't trust their own judgment, so they look to others for reassurance. They don't feel worthy on their own, so they seek approval like a drug. The more they chase it, the weaker they become. Dark psychology tells us that the moment you stop seeking validation, you become more powerful than 99% of people. Why? Because you are no longer controlled by social pressure, guilt, or the need to fit in. You become untouchable. Here's the paradox: the moment you stop chasing approval is when people start respecting you. When you focus solely on yourself, when you carry yourself with quiet confidence, and when you no longer react to petty opinions, people feel that energy. They can't manipulate you, they can't shake you. And that makes you powerful. So, the next time you catch yourself wondering, what will people think, stop. Remind yourself, it doesn't matter. Their opinions won't change your reality. Their approval won't pay your bills. Their validation won't bring you true fulfillment. All that matters is how you see yourself. If you're ready to let go of external validation and take back control, comment below, "My mind belongs to me." Because once you truly believe that, you become unstoppable. Lesson 3: Dark Psychology and Manipulation. Most people have no idea how easily they are controlled. They think they're making their own decisions, but in reality, their thoughts, emotions, and desires are being manipulated by those around them. This is where dark psychology comes into play. The world is filled with people who thrive on stealing your focus, friends who guilt-trip you, bosses who overwork you, and social media that hijacks your attention. They don't want you to focus solely on yourself, they want you distracted, emotionally dependent, and easy to control. Let's break it down. Here are 3 psychological tactics people use to drain your energy and keep you from leveling up. 1. The guilt trap. Ever notice how people suddenly act offended or disappointed the moment you start setting boundaries? That's not a coincidence, it's a manipulation tactic. They want you to feel guilty for focusing on yourself so that you keep serving their needs instead of your own. But here's the truth: you don't owe anyone your time, energy, or validation. A Stoic knows that guilt is only a weapon if you allow it to be. The moment you stop reacting to emotional traps, people lose their power over you. 2. The scarcity illusion. Toxic people will make you believe that if you walk away, you'll be alone. If you cut ties, you'll regret it. If you stop chasing them, you'll lose something valuable. But here's the reality: the people who manipulate you need you more than you need them. They create the illusion that they are irreplaceable when, in fact, they are completely expendable. The moment you realize your own value and refuse to be held hostage by false scarcity, you become dangerous. 3. The attention hijack. Think about how much time and energy people waste on meaningless distractions, gossip, arguments, pointless drama. Every time you engage, you're playing their game. You're giving away your most valuable resource, your focus. And that's exactly what they want. The more distracted you are, the less time you have to build yourself, to grow, to create. This is why the greatest Stoic minds, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, all emphasize the power of solitude. A focused mind is an unbreakable mind. Reclaim your power. If you've ever felt like people have been pulling you in 1,000 directions, it's time to take your power back. Stop reacting, stop explaining, stop justifying your choices to those who never had your best interests at heart. From this moment on, choose you. Comment below, "I refuse to be controlled." Because once you break free from these manipulation tactics, the only thing left is absolute freedom. Lesson 4: The power of emotional detachment. Why is emotional detachment a strength? The moment you become emotionally detached, you become unstoppable. Why? Because people can no longer control you through their words, opinions, or actions. They lose the ability to manipulate your emotions. When they can't control your emotions, they can't control you. Stoicism teaches us that true power comes from within, not from reacting to the chaos around us. Marcus Aurelius put it best: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about it: how many times have you let someone else's words ruin your day? How often have you wasted energy worrying about things that were never in your control? The world is designed to provoke you, to make you react, to make you emotional, to make you weak. But here's the secret: indifference is strength. Most people react emotionally because they are too invested in things that do not serve them. But a person who masters the art of indifference becomes unshakable. When you are indifferent to negativity, insults, and external chaos, people don't know how to handle you. They become frustrated, they try harder to get a reaction, but they fail. Here's the paradox: the less you react, the more powerful you appear. Control isn't about dominating others, it's about mastering yourself. How do you develop emotional detachment the Stoic way? Detach from approval, stop caring about what others think. Their opinions don't change your reality. Detach from outcomes, focus on your actions, not the results. You control your effort, not the outcome. Detach from negativity. When people try to provoke you, remain still. A reaction is what they want, don't give it to them. Detach from drama, don't waste energy on arguments, gossip, or petty distractions. Your mind is a fortress, guard it. Indifference doesn't mean you don't care about life, it means you only care about what truly matters. The next time someone tries to provoke you, remember, a Stoic mind is like a mountain, unmoved by the wind, indifferent to the storm. Stay calm, stay composed, stay in control. If you're ready to master emotional detachment, comment below, "I control my mind." Because once you do, no one will ever be able to break you again. Lesson 5: The Stoic Art of Self-Mastery. Discipline over distraction. The average person is a slave, not to another person, but to their own impulses. They wake up, grab their phone, and scroll mindlessly. They chase instant gratification, avoid discomfort, and wonder why they feel lost and powerless. But a Stoic understands that discipline is the foundation of all greatness. Seneca once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And that's the hard truth. If you lack control over your mind, your actions, and your desires, you are not free. You are at the mercy of your emotions, distractions, and the world's manipulation. In today's world, distraction is the enemy. Social media, endless entertainment, cheap dopamine, everything is designed to keep you weak, entertained, and unfocused. That a distracted mind is an obedient mind. The system doesn't want you to think, it wants you to consume. True power comes from control, control over your emotions, reactions, and impulses. The person who has mastered themselves needs nothing from the world because their strength comes from within. Look at the greatest minds in history: Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca. These men didn't waste time chasing distractions. They focused, disciplined themselves, and cultivated an inner fortress that no external force could shake. How do you build unbreakable discipline the Stoic way? Train your mind to resist comfort. The more you seek comfort, the weaker you become. Embrace discomfort, seek challenges and grow stronger. Limit your inputs. The more information you consume, the less control you have. Cut out negativity, avoid mindless scrolling, master your time. Every wasted moment is a step toward mediocrity. Guard your time ruthlessly, act, don't overthink. Most people hesitate, they plan but never execute. A Stoic moves with purpose. Detach from the outcome. Discipline is about the process, not the result. A man who controls himself controls his destiny. A man who lacks control is controlled by everything around him. So, the question is, who do you want to be? If you're ready to break free from distraction and master yourself, comment below, "I choose discipline over comfort." Because once you make that choice, everything changes. Lesson 6: Silence and Solitude. Most people fear silence. They fear being alone with their thoughts. They drown themselves in noise, constant notifications, endless conversations, meaningless entertainment, because deep down, they're afraid to face themselves. But a Stoic understands that solitude is not loneliness, it is power. When you remove distractions, when you sit in silence, when you truly listen to your own mind, you gain a level of clarity that most people will never experience. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet he understood the importance of solitude. He would retreat into his own mind, journaling his deepest thoughts and refining his perspective. Seneca advised spending time alone to reflect, sharpen the mind, and master the self. Only in solitude can you truly understand who you are. Why does solitude make you stronger? You develop clarity. When you remove external noise, your mind becomes sharper. You begin to see what truly matters. You become self-reliant. Most people rely on others for validation, entertainment, and even their sense of identity. A Stoic is complete within himself. You gain control over your emotions. In solitude, there's no one to provoke you, no one to distract you. You learn to master your mind. You become more intimidating. The person who speaks less, listens more, and moves in silence is the one who holds real power. People will try to convince you that you need constant socialization, that being alone is unnatural. But think about it, why do they tell you that? Because a man who enjoys his own company, who doesn't need external validation, is a man who cannot be manipulated. The most powerful individuals in history understood this. They disappeared into silence to build themselves, then returned stronger, sharper, and completely untouchable. The weak crave noise, the strong find power in silence. If you understand this, comment below, I thrive in silence. Because once you embrace solitude, you become unstoppable. Lesson 7: Cutting toxic people off. Not everyone in your life is meant to stay. Some people are anchors, dragging you down and keeping you stuck in the same cycle. Others are distractions, filling your mind with doubt, negativity, and useless drama. And some are parasites, feeding off your energy while offering nothing in return. The biggest mistake you can make is holding on to people who are no longer aligned with your growth. But here's the hard truth: most people don't have the courage to walk away. They fear loneliness, confrontation, or guilt, and so they stay trapped, drained, and unfulfilled. A Stoic understands that detachment is necessary for evolution. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." The unspoken truth. That means cutting off those who don't. How do you know it's time to cut someone off? They drain your energy. Every conversation leaves you exhausted. Their presence adds stress instead of peace. They don't respect your growth. They mock your ambitions and belittle your goals. They use guilt as control, making you feel bad for setting boundaries or prioritizing yourself. They bring nothing but negativity, complaining, gossiping, blaming others, never growing, never learning. They don't clap when you win. A real friend wants to see you succeed, while a fake one resents your progress. The power of walking away is immense. When you cut someone off, you send a message: I choose myself. That is a level of power most people will never have. The weak cling to toxic relationships out of fear, while the strong walk away without hesitation. Cutting people off doesn't mean you hate them. It means you love yourself enough to protect your peace. It means you respect your time, your energy, and your mental clarity. Once you do this, something incredible happens. You attract better people, stronger minds, and higher standards. Your energy is no longer wasted on those who don't deserve it. The moment you stop forcing connections, the right people will naturally gravitate toward you. So, ask yourself, who in your life is no longer serving your growth? Who needs to go? Do you have the strength to let them go without looking back? If you do, comment below, I release what no longer serves me. Because once you make that choice, you step into a new level of power, a level where you owe nothing to anyone except yourself. Lesson 8, the unshakable mindset. True confidence comes from within. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that confidence comes from external sources, money, status, approval, or looks. But a Stoic knows better. True confidence comes from within. Most people are fragile. The moment someone criticizes them, they crumble. The moment life gets hard, they panic. Why? Because their confidence was never real, it was dependent on things outside their control. Anything that relies on external factors will eventually collapse, but the unshakable mind? That's different. It's built from the inside out. When you master it, nothing, no opinion, no rejection, no failure, can break you. How do you build unshakable confidence the Stoic way? Detach from validation. Stop relying on compliments, likes, or approval to feel good. A Stoic validates himself. Embrace hardship. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. Seek growth, not comfort. Control your reactions. Confident people do not overreact. They remain calm under pressure, and that makes them powerful. Own your presence. Speak less, observe more, and carry yourself with quiet confidence. The loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. Master your mindset. Confidence is simply the belief that you can handle anything, and that belief is built through action. Look around. Most people are desperate to be liked, desperate to be accepted, desperate to feel worthy. But here's the secret: the moment you stop needing external validation, you become magnetic. People respect those who respect themselves first. The less you seek approval, the more you naturally receive it. Confidence isn't about being better than others, it's about being so focused on your own path that comparison becomes irrelevant. You don't compete, you don't prove yourself. You just exist in your power, and that is what makes you untouchable. If you're ready to step into that power, comment below, I am enough as I am. Because once you realize that, no one can ever make you feel small again. Lesson 9, the path to ultimate freedom. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one thing: freedom. The freedom to think for yourself, to move through life without fear, to be completely in control of your mind, your emotions, and your destiny. Most people will never experience this. They'll spend their lives trapped, in toxic relationships, in self-doubt, in the opinions of others. They'll chase approval, distractions, and things that don't matter. By the time they realize it, it will be too late. But you have a choice. You can either live like them, weak, reactive, dependent, or you can take control. You can focus solely on yourself, master your mind, and create the life you were meant to live. The final lesson of Stoicism. True freedom isn't about money, status, or power. It's about self-mastery. It's about understanding that you are in control of your own reality. It's about moving through the world with an unshakable mind, indifferent to negativity, immune to manipulation, and unstoppable in your purpose. Here's the truth: the moment you stop caring about what doesn't serve you is the moment you become truly free. Now it's time for action. If you've made it this far, you're not like most people. You're ready to level up. You're ready to step into your power. So here's what I want you to do: drop a comment below saying, I am the master of my fate. Let that be your declaration to the world. And if you're serious about this journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because this is just the beginning. This is where you reclaim your focus, your strength, and your life. Stay sharp, Stay disciplined, and remember, the only path to true success and inner peace is to focus solely on yourself.